Nithyanandam. My name is Manitya Punithananda, and many people, many of you may have had the desire to go for the inner awakening with His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda. So you may have wanted to go to attend the inner awakening, but you may have realized that you feel it is not possible to earn that much of money, which there is the cost of the inner awakening program. So what I would like to share with you now is how I was able to make it not only once but twice, and how I was able to make it for other programs as well. So please do not feel powerless about this. See, when I first realized that Swamiji is like, a great avatar and incarnation, I knew that I had to go there for the inner awakening at some point in my life, and I really planned that within 10 years I'd be there. And see, my only introduction to Swamiji was through Swarupa Priya's YouTube videos, and finally after I started watching Swamiji himself on the YouTube. So I did not have any sort of contact with the Nithyananda Sangha or any type of support. So what started happening, I filed the intention at at the innerawakening.org. See, the innerawakening.org, where you file your intention telling Swamiji you want to make it for the inner awakening program, is highly powerful. I was really nervous about even going there for the inner awakening because I've never seen or met anything like it in my life. Any such space as Swamiji I've never seen in my life. So it felt scary. But I'll tell you, as soon as I filed the intention, I was able to relax, and I even felt Swamiji's healing touch on my shoulder. This shoulder right here. A lot of energy coming on my shoulder every day from that day. Now, sorry. So now, what happened, Next step. Suddenly in my job, I started getting so much of extra work. Like, I had the opportunity literally to work 10 hours every day for 6 months. And that's what I did. So, how much was the inner awakening at that time? It was not like now $10,000, it was $6,000. So I was even seeing that as an impossibility. And pretty soon I realized, oh my God, I work every day and soon I'm gonna make it. I will have enough money. And it's more easy than I even thought. I was like shocked, it's like almost too easy. See, the click I had was, even before we go to the inner awakening starts in us. As soon as we have the intention of going there, the inner awakening starts. And our whole journey of gathering enough money, enough funds, enough resources, and even purchasing the flight ticket or going beyond all kinds of fears that may come up, all of that is part of preparing our space for the inner awakening. So I definitely had that click. And suddenly I realized, as I was about to purchase the flight ticket, I had actually planned on purchasing it a few days before, and I had already almost finished paying off the $6,000 which inner awakening cost, and I did not even talk to a causer. No causer had reached out to me, even though despite some several attempts to get in touch with like some sort of support and sangha. So I felt alone. Still, I knew Swamiji was with me. This was my journey to be on my own. So somehow Swamiji made it happen that I myself had that intensity for such a long time on my own, and I was ready to go. The only thing I needed was to get help to buy the flight ticket to India and go. And my friend was supposed to help me, but she was not available at that time. So a few days later, I was ready again to purchase. Then suddenly, Swamiji told in satsang. Early morning I was watching, and Swamiji just said, our inner awakening is gonna change location. It will be in Bali, Indonesia. And I was shocked and shaken. I was completely disturbed. Oh my god, like such a big change right when I was about to even get my ticket. And few hours later, I realized the December Inner Awakening is not going to be $6,000, it'll be 10,000. And that made me shake even more. It took me 10 minutes to remember Swamiji's space. This is not how a disciple of Swamiji is reacting. We don't get shaken. So finally I calmed down and I start questioning, should I go for January Inner Awakening or should I go to Bali? And I wrote an email, and the email I received from the Sangha member was that don't miss it, And I decided I'm not going to care about the cost. My mind is not going to tell me that I'll get the same in January for less money. And really, that was like a huge, how can I say, trust in Swamiji. And for some reason, few days later, as soon as I just decided I will make it for Bali no matter what happened, I realized that in my work they did not pay me enough overtime. So finally I complained and told, and I got even more money is coming in. And at the end, I had paid all the money for the whole Inner Awakening, and I was ready to go to Bali. So if you're willing to work for it, and you're willing to trust Swamiji, and you're willing to do what it takes, anything is possible. Please understand, if you don't have all the money, if you have the money to put in a deposit, come on, do it. It will manifest whole new opportunities for you to earn the rest of the money. See, because of you had the courage and the strong intention of doing such a strong declaration that you're willing to start making payments, that will cause the reality of you getting to the next Inner Awakening and being there with Swamiji. Even if it is in the next Inner Awakening in July, or in September, or even for the Maha Sadashivoham, which is in December. So please understand, Inner Awakening is possible for anyone. Even if you don't have money, if you don't have a job, whatever. Do what you can and pay whatever money you have now. And register yourself, send the intention and get blessings from Swamiji. It will happen. I promise you. Thank you for listening to my story. Nithyananda.